15 to 35. So this puts us right smack where we need to be in this conversation. So you're saying these young athletes have an opportunity in 4 or 5 years, because a lot of times people that young, they don't think about retirement. They don't think about retirement years, ages 65 to 95. And so what we're saying is these young adults have an opportunity playing sports to set themselves up for success, or they can set themselves up for failure depending on what conversations they have with people.
All right, y'all, here we go. We're back for another episode of
Insurance Bros. This is where we take current events and put them together with life insurance.
I'm your co-host, Eric Robinson, a.k.a. the Soul Motivator, and I got my co-host,
yours truly, Uncle Jock.
Woo, Uncle Jock, this is part 2. We're talking about this Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, current events, and how that affects you as a viewer, and talking about life insurance and mixing it all together. Let's pick up where we put a part off. If you didn't see part 1, go back and watch part 1. It's up there, it's down there, it's somewhere around.
But click on it.
Click on it. Go watch part 1.
Yeah, do that first, because that'll get everybody caught up, right?
Yeah, so let's catch them up a little bit. We talked to catch them up for us.
So what we talked about was, we talked about Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, how they really impacted the WNBA, and how they're really pioneering some of the future production and what's about to take place because of the economic revenue that they're now generating.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because see, when we're saying, you know, the average year, and this could be anybody, so let's just don't make this a Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and you're looking at this, it's easy to look from the outside,
right,
and not think about you, but let's just look at them, because let's make it easy for you, right? Because most people don't want to talk about their situation. Average income for WNBA players, about 120, 130,000, and they're only going to play for about 5 years. So when you do the math, 600,000 is pretty much a lot of money, but you got a 5-year career. Now, what happens after that? So you come in, you're 21 years old, you're 26 years old, you've been living your life, you spend $100,000, which we all know ain't a whole lot of money. But now when it's 5 years and it's gone, what happens next?
That's a great question. And, you know, we've seen it happen in male-dominated sports or male sports where you might have a pro boxer, pro athlete, football player, baseball player, basketball player making millions and millions of dollars. And then you might look up and you might see that person working, not owning, but working at a car dealership as a car salesman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Working, selling real estate or what have you. And usually, why does stuff like that, why are those outcomes, how do those outcomes usually happen?
Happens a couple of things. Because one, their spending, let's start from the beginning. Their spending exceeds their income. And so when your revenue is not coming in, the income stops coming in, your spending habits don't stop, because we still got what we call a lifestyle. So they come and exceed their lifestyle. Well, at the moment, maybe you're not exceeding your lifestyle because that's your income is exceeding there. So your lifestyle matches your income. But then when your income stops, that lifestyle is still the same, and you didn't drop the lifestyle, y'all, right? So when your income is here, the lifestyle is here. I got Louis, I got Gucci, I got Fendi, I got red bottoms, right? And then when the income goes away, your lifestyle didn't change. You didn't drop your lifestyle, because your kids, your friends, your peers, they still want to ride in the Benz, right? They still want to go to Disney World, or they don't want to go to Disney, they want to go to Paris like you're used to doing.
So right? You're saying sometimes, or in most cases, people didn't make the lifestyle adjustments. So the lifestyle ate up all of your finances, all the person's finances.
Yeah, ate up all the finances. That's typically what happens. You go broke because your outcomes are, your income, your expenses are greater than your revenue. Let's just spit it. I got to use business terms, but let me say the way most people can understand. What you're bringing in is less than what you're giving out, right? Your bills, your net revenue, your net gross income coming in is less than your expenses, your bills that you got to pay.
So your input is less than your output.
Your input is less than your output. So majority of Americans live that way. But so the thing with majority of Americans is they live that way, but they got a cushion that is not so much, the gap ain't so great, because I didn't get the big Rolls Royce. I didn't go get the fancy car. I didn't get the Maybachs. I don't have the big homes. And so I got a regular size home. I got a typical mortgage, and I'm living at a deficit, right? I'm living at every month, maybe $1,000 deficit, $2,000 deficit, and I can survive. You can get credit cards. You can make up for that. But when you're out, when your bills is like $20,000, $40,000 a month, now you lose that 20, 40 grand a month. It's like, whoa, That's a big gap, and you go broker quicker than somebody who's only losing $1,000 to $2,000.
So now let's talk about some solutions. And let's talk about some solutions that we use the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese story example about what they're going through right now. But let's really look at, because their incomes are right around the incomes that we can say people are making nowadays. $100,000 doesn't seem out of the ordinary.
It doesn't seem out of ordinary. But now here's the thing, though. See, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese also have these endorsement deals, right? In college, they had these NIL deals. So they was in college with $1 million opportunities because of this rivalry, this you can't see me. Their market value went up because now they talked about. We're talking about them. Mm-hmm. So their market value went up. So now they got endorsement deals. They're making way more money. And for what I'm heard, that it's into the millions of dollars, some of these contracts with Nikes and other companies. So they're making millions with them, right? Now, here's the thing. When their career is over, they may have put themselves in place. We're going to talk about things what they should do. Now, the other things you say go out and go broke. The one thing, Jocks, the income is less than the outcome, right? And so the other thing is, or the input is less than the output. The other piece is they don't have the right information. So a lot of them don't have the right financial knowledge. So because you don't have the right financial knowledge to sustain yourself, they're looking for 5 years. They got 5 years to make this thing work. Well, when that money goes away, they didn't put things aside. Even with Angel Reese and Clayton Clark, they probably got a lifestyle now that meets the millions of dollars. So when that stops, right, the ball crashes. Did they put things in place to make sure that revenue is still generating? Are they prepared for retirement? Because, I didn't prepare for retirement. Nobody thinks sometimes, well, what happens when I get to 50, when I get to 65? Look around.
So you're saying, let's look at our age, our peers' age, right?
Yep.
And let most of our age group of peers have children around what age?
Most of them had children in between, I would say 15, because I got a 15-year-old, right? 15 to 35.
15 to 35. So this puts us right smack where we need to be in this conversation. So you're saying these young athletes have an opportunity in 4 or 5 years, because a lot of times people that young, they don't think about retirement.
No,
they don't think about retirement years, ages 65 to 95. Right?
No, they don't think about that.
And so what we're saying is these young adults have an opportunity playing sports to set themselves up for success, or they can set themselves up for failure depending on what conversations they have with people.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. When that money hits and the fame hits and the lights and cameras and actions on, the people who are typically around you, see, here's the thing. There's going to always be a new NBA draft.
Okay.
WNBA draft. There's always going to be the next player. So these agents and these handlers, if you always talked about, there's always going to be the next player.
Okay.
But you as a player, it's only one you. So if you're not set up, that's cool for them because they get paid already. You're paying them to put you in positions. So, for example, a lot of people don't know you can use life insurance. We got a plan what we call premium financing. And there's this thing right now, they call it the Kaizen method, where banks, catch this, y'all. The banks will finance your retirement plans. You don't need a credit check.
Okay.
The banks will fund. In most cases, they'll match what you put in 3 to 1. Oh my goodness, hold on. You put in $50,000 a year, and the banks will match it and put in another 50. They'll match it for 5 years. We got a plan, Jock, where the banks, you put in 50 grand a year, the banks will match a 50 grand a year into a life insurance contract where it could go, interest could be anywhere from 5 to 15, 20, 30% interest per year. Let's say it's averaging 10%. The banks is going to put in, you put in 50, the bank's going to put in 50.
Okay.
You do that for 5 years. The next 5 years, the bank is going to put in 50. You don't have to put in nothing. The bank is going to put in 100. And you get the interest off of that 100,000 plus the 50. Yes. No credit check.
Wait, so you telling me that one of the ways you can grow your money is through what's called premium financing, where you can actually partner with the bank. They're going to put up 3 times what you put up, no credit check.
Yes,
and so let's talk about how the money compounds. Let's talk about what happens. Like, what does that look like? What's that usually, a 15-year, 10?
It's usually a 15-year play. So say I'm 25, especially these professional athletes, right? Okay. It's usually a 15-year play. And then you can let it compound longer than that if you need to. But it's a way that if I put in over the next 5 years, let's say $250,000 over the next 5 years. I'm earning interest on $1 million because the bank's going to put up $750,000.
Ho. Eric, These people are probably saying, why in the hell are y'all talking to me about some stuff that NBA and WNBA and professional sports people can do? Because I don't have that type of money.
Well,
that's what they're probably thinking.
They should be thinking that. But here's the thing, John. Even these professional athletes and these entertainers, most of them don't even know this exists. It's only a select few. That's why I'm talking about the handlers. It's only a select few. That's why we see them go broke, because nobody set up this plan for them. It's only a select few. So if you put this money aside while you're playing, now when you get older, you're not playing. So everybody's not going to be Tom Brady, who's going to be playing for 20 years. Everybody's not going to be Kirk Cousins. I don't know how he did it.
Or
who's been playing?
Or LeBron.
Or LeBron James. You know what I mean? So everybody's not going to be playing for all these years. And so if you can set some of this money up, oh my goodness, that's the key. So yeah, the players don't know, but Jock, you said it. We're bringing Wall Street to Main Street. That's why we did this show.
Yes.
We now have it set up where you can take an average person like you, if you're not average, above average, because I know our viewers are above average, but an above average person like you, who may not be a celebrity, who may not be a multimillionaire already, you can be 100,000-aire, you can even be 1,000-aire, and we can show you how to use the same strategy.
Uh-oh.
We can show you how to use the same strategies that typically it was only available for people who had $1 million income or above.
Woo! And right now, guess what the qualification is?
What is it, Uncle Jock?
You got to make over $100,000 a year combined income.
Hold on, what do you mean by what's combined income?
Combined income. So if your spouse only makes $70,000 and then you make 50, guess what?
I qualify?
You qualify.
OMG.
You qualify.
Put one of them little OMG signs up here. Oh, boom. Hold on. You mean
Yes.
tell me I can qualify? See, most people are qualifying, going out and getting bank loans so I can get a car. So then the bank is putting up the money for you to put into a depreciating asset, and you're paying over time, and you're paying the interest. So the bank is compounding interest while you drive that car.
Yep.
But if you understood the reverse side, because the bank is happy for that, because they're like, we're going to compound the interest, and if you don't pay for the car, we repossess it
And
we
sell it again.
And sell it again. So it's a win for the bank. But now we're showing you how to get on the other side of the money and partner with the bank using your life as the collateral. So that's what the bank is saying, hey, Uncle Jock, you're the collateral. We're going to take our life insurance policy. We're going to go in with you. See, first of all, people understand about life insurance. Why is banks going in with you on a life insurance premium? People like, I don't do life insurance, and you dummy, you got your money in
a regular bank.
In the regular bank, and those banks are partnering with the smart. They take your money that you put into the regular bank, and they'll go partner with Billy Bob, the celebrity, the athlete, and say, Billy Bob, let's take Johnny's money, and I'm going to help you use your life insurance, and I'm going to finance your life insurance with Billy Bob's regular worker who don't have a clue this exists. I'm going to take Billy Bob's deposit and give it to Johnny Superstar, and we're going to put a life insurance policy on Johnny Superstar paid for with Billy Bob's deposit.
So hold up, Eric. All of this is why you getting all these benefits, right? Mm-hmm. While you're living.
While you're alive.
So you telling me why everybody thinks and don't want to have conversations about life insurance, because everybody thinks that you benefit only when you die.
Only when you die. So, Jock, I talk to these athletes, and I'm like, I always talk about my son being a college football player, right? And so he has a lot of players. He got some of his friends who he trained with, the number one draft pick, whether you like him or not, Caleb Williams.
Right.
One of his receivers was Trayvon Diggs, who's now with the Dallas Cowboys. That was one of his high school receivers. In his high school, he has more people from his high school at St. Francis who are playing professionally than most colleges have. He has more of his high school players on his team are now in the NFL than any of his colleges, because he went to University of Maine, then he went to Hampton, and he went to Savannah State. More players on his high school team
Went pro
than any of his college teams. But where I'm talking about this is understanding the power of this tool, right? And so he's talking to these athletes, and they don't know, right? They don't understand the position that they can be in.
So why do these athletes, when they have these so-called handlers, and we talked about it the other day.
Hold on, y'all, it just hit me. You know how you lose your train of thought? I'm sorry, y'all. This why I was brought that up, and think you gonna remember about the handlers, what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, because I lost why I brought that up about the players. When he's talking to these football players, he's asking them about why these banks and understanding with the movement. And I'm like, he was like, where does the Philadelphia Eagles play their football games at? Lincoln Financial Field. Where does the New York Giants play their football games at? MetLife Stadium.
It's a pattern.
State Farm Stadium. Are y'all with me? So you start looking at the names of these football stadiums, M&T Bank Stadium, Capital One Stadium for the Wiz. You start naming these financial companies.
Yes.
And some of these life insurance companies own these stadiums or got the naming rights. They're funding the players, but the players don't know what's happening. The money's all been around above them, and they're just being players. Now, going back to the handlers, I want you to go back to the handlers, but I want to let everyday person realize we're just going to the banks and we're just being just a depositor. Now we got to be the partner. So we want to show you how to be the partner with the bank, not just a depositor in the bank.
So the question, not even the question. So we're going to show you how to become a player in the money game. So y'all follow us. We're not done here, but just follow us, because the intent of what we're trying to do is show you all how to become players in the real money game. You actually have some players like we're talking about.
Yeah.
They're in the money game and don't even realize the position that they play in the money game.
Nah, Jock, they don't realize it, man.
So when they get these handlers and they get these financial advisors hate to see people like me and Coach Eric. They see Uncle Jock and Coach Eric come, and guess what your financial advisor is going to tell you?
What is he going to tell us?
Man, I don't know. I would stay away from those guys.
Oh, they always gated.
But why? Well, tell them why they don't like to see us coming.
They don't like to see us coming because, one, they don't want to mess their money up. Remember, you're the player. It's your money. You worked hard for that. So they don't want to see their money get messed up. Two, sometimes, Jack, I've talked to them, they just don't know because they've been given the play that's been handed down for them, right? You know, well, this guy's a financial advisor. I got a degree in finance too. You know, but this guy's been managing my money. Okay, I'm not saying that he can't manage your money. There's levels of this, and there's different vehicles.
Right.
So insurance is not the only vehicle you can do. We deal with annuities, we deal with investments. So we deal with a lot of those things too, right? So we can help you manage your money, not just using life insurance contracts, but we're trying to show you that's a way. You don't have to put all your eggs in one basket, but we can show you a way that you can guarantee not to take a loss. You got to have some safeguards to your money, man.
So the thing is, you got these young children, and you all that have children in the age bracket between 15 and 35.
You ain't going to go there, John.
I am. Well, maybe I'll bucket you. Maybe I'll save that.
We here now.
No, you go ahead then. You take it.
Hold on, man. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. I think we are. And for y'all who know, this ain't scripted. We have a topic, and then we talk. Right. And some of y'all may say, y'all ain't got no production. We can tell y'all just shooting from the hip. But guess what? Our hip is loaded with nines.
Loaded.
We hollow points. We coming at you. Are y'all with me? Now, I know we might get censored for that because there's some people going like, oh, did he just give me the gun, the air gun? Please calm down. Don't put your panties in a bunch or your boxes in a bunch. I'm not going to be, gender neutral, whatever, all right, offending anybody. I'm trying to keep it 100. But would you ready to talk about, you said age 15 to 35. So I'm gonna see where you was going.
Money.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you do it. Yeah.
So look.
Oh, I didn't see that one. You really gonna do that? Yeah, let's do that.
So ladies and gentlemen, look, if you have some children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, and they might not be on the right path, they might want to be looking for some type of opportunity to get into as far as a skill, as far as an occupation, we have a unit that falls under our agencies, and they're called the Young Money Leaders. They're from age 18 to 35. And what we're doing is we're arming them with this type of information so they can go out and talk to their peers, so they don't become the peers of a Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese that might have some spotlight for a few years, make some money for a few years, and then because they didn't have the right information and the right conversation and the right education, guess what? They don't make the right decisions for themselves financially.
Hold on, John. Do you just let the people know they can tune in, and for their young loved ones, friends, family, whoever, co-workers, neighbors, 35 to 18, 18 to 35, you just gave them an invitation to the Young Money Leaders community?
Yes.
So if y'all want to be a part of that, see, I don't know if y'all understand. We're connecting them and educating them and teaching them and arming them, putting them in touch with, teaching them from these billion-dollar financial institutions are training them.
Yes.
Having them work with people who've made millions in the industry. training them. Multimillionaire entrepreneurs, training them. People who've been successful in business, training and coaching them. We're giving them mentorship. Oh my goodness, y'all don't understand. This is what we do. This is a passion for us, Uncle Jock and Coach Eric. That's why we got the insurance bros. But I didn't know you was going to, we didn't talk about that. That never came up to even talk about letting them be a part of it, because we've been on this Young Money Leaders movement for a couple of years now.
Right.
And man, that's smart, bro.
Let's close it out and give people a glimpse of what the young money leaders look like. We got some young money leaders from coast to coast.
Yeah.
We got them from country to country.
Country to country.
Got some up in Canada.
We got some professional athletes, college athletes. We got some
former WNBA players.
Yeah, former
professional football players.
Oh man, it's a powerful group, and the reason being because they move a little different, right? You know, their swag is a little different, right? You know what I mean? So we guide them along the way so they can be them, but they're setting themselves up to generate. Now, this is not just information. We're putting them in positions to generate a 6-figure type of income. Right now, we got a campaign going showing them how to make 6 figures in 6 months.
Yes.
Oh, let me say that again.
Six figures
in 6 months. That's 6 figures into their bank account. Not 6-figure revenue. We're talking about 6-figure income. We're showing them how to do this remotely from their phone or anywhere they got internet access.
Oh, hold on, wait. You telling me you're going to take the average young person, show them how to do 6 figures in 6 months?
Yeah.
So what they going to do with the other 6 months?
Turn it around. In a couple of years, they're going to be doing 7 figures, multiple 6 figures. Keep it going.
Multiple 6 figures.
Yeah, we're going to show them how to compound it and grow it and compound and grow it. We're giving them access to this financial information. In essence, what we're doing, Jock, is showing them how to do what we do. We're kind of coaching them and mentoring them and teaching them how to become, 1, learn their own finances, and then 2, share it with others. Because we get paid from these large billion-dollar companies to show. We told you, we were trying to bring Wall Street to Main Street. So me and both of you had a chance where Barclays Bank took us to Wall Street and go on the trading floor.
Right.
Behind the scenes. You know, we went up to the 30th, 40th floor. We've been behind the scenes and seeing how these companies operate.
Right.
And there's a movement. They're like the ultra rich know it. The pretty good rich. I'm talking about people with, $5 million net worth or more. They kind of got somebody, even if they don't come, they're going to be in the money game.
Right.
They're not just letting their money sit in the bank in a typical savings account.
Right.
But it's the Main Street, middle America, right? Some people with less than $3 million of cash in the bank or $5 million or less of assets and cash, liquid cash in the banks. It can be from 5 million to 4 million to 3 million. That's where they're trying to reach. And some of y'all may say, Eric, I only got 500. I ain't got 5 million. I don't have 500,000. I only got 500. Well, we want to teach them that. And so what we're doing is educating the youth. I call them the youth. They're adults, right?
Right.
My son is 26-year-old. He got a child. He's a father. My daughter's 29-year-old. I got a 3-year-old granddaughter. She's an adult. You got an adult kid. You got grandkids. So they're adults. But we are teaching that new wave. And can we talk to them why that's important for us, Jock, and what's in this industry, why that's important, though?
Yeah. So the thing is, first off, can I be transparent?
Be transparent.
So people that look like us are usually always late to the party. We always late to the party because we either get the tickets late, we get the notifications late, whatever it is, we late to the party. Well, right now, we got VIP tickets. Yes or yes? We got VIP tickets, and we want to give everybody front row seats who's willing to be able to sit down and receive this information.
But you do know, Jock, if you put on some Dockers and some khakis and a t-shirt, you can get in the door. I can't get in the door. I'm going to look obvious.
Well, see, it's funny you say that because I was really getting ready to say, so you're an insurance guy?
I'm an insurance guy.
I'm an insurance guy.
Yeah, you are.
So you mean we don't have to dress up and wear suits and ties and...
Nah, I can't do the stuffy. They try to keep putting me and say, Eric, you're talking about money. You got to look like money. And every now and then I get it. But this is me. This is everybody.
Before Stephen Jobs passed, what did he look like?
He looked like you. He looked just like you with the black shirt on and some jeans.
New Balance.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg, what is...
Same thing. He with the white t-shirt, some jeans. He came straight from college, and still every now I see him with a blazer on, And then when he goes to Congress, a blazer and a little pull-up shirt. I never seen him with a tie on yet.
So what are we talking about? Perception. People sometimes don't judge the book by its cover.
Bro, you know what? We give him a whole lot because you're talking about this money game, which is a $3.5 trillion, the insurance industry. You can do your own research. The government tells you it's a $3.5 trillion with the T. It's the largest industry in the United States right now. It creates more millionaires than any other industry. So when we start talking about this, the money game, maybe that's the next show. Let's really can we really just talk about the money game then?
Let's do that. And we're going to give you some more information. If you have some young adults and you want to plug them into this information where we can show them how to set up, become their own agency. By 30 years old, 35 years old, they'll be on their way to setting themselves up to be multi-millionaires.
Woo! With that said, man, this has been another episode of Insurance Bros.
Yes.
Uncle Jock opened the door. I didn't know he was going to give it to y'all, but he gave it to you. See y'all in the next episode.
See y'all next episode. Peace.